All right, Senator Shehu, of course, part of some of the document that I have right in front of me, if I may just show you, of course, I know that you probably are privy to this kind of document also, is a copy of the that portion that is generating the controversy now. If we quickly can show you that document, which contains that from the Ministry of Transportation, which has obviously the Coastal Railway Project from Lagos, Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, not exactly what is on the screen right now, but is exactly what we're going to be showing you is the portion of the budget that has the Lagos Calabar project, which actually highlighted the counterpart funds with that. On it, above it, is the one that has the Nigerian Railway Modernization Project, Lagos to Kano Standard Gauge Rail Line Project. From what I have here with me in the studio, which is said to be part of that, is there some mischief or some controversy that is beyond what the eyes can see in this, Senator Sani?
Well, what baffles me is how can such an important project from Lagos to Calabar be left out of the main budget until it was later been presented by a minister. Lagos to Kano is a completely different project, and it has nothing to do with Lagos to Calabar. And if they couldn't forget Lagos to Kano, why should Lagos to Calabar be forgotten and then be brought in later? I think what the public need to understand here is that we need to present our own position. It's not a time now to say you need to protect anybody or you need to defend anything. We are stating clearly what is before us. If you have such a project, which is very important, key to our economy and the vital lives of people who are living around that area, you supposed to have included it. And if you later thought that that project is so important, I think what needs to be done is that we can go ahead, this budget be signed, and then there should be another presentation supplementary to the National Assembly, and then that could be considered.
Does the National Assembly,
issues were not
if I may quickly come in, does the National Assembly have the powers to remove projects from the proposer, the budget proposer?
Well, when budgets are presented to the public, when the budget is presented to National Assembly, it is not for us to simply look at the pages and return them. It is for us to do what needs to be done. And doing what needs to be done include going through the pages and seeing the projects and also the issues and raising points and also doing all the necessary things that need to be done. The Senate spokesperson has said it very clearly that we are an arm of government recognized by the Constitution, and we have a duty to do our work, and this is what we are doing. If you present a budget to us, if that budget, if a contract is 10 billion, and we do our own assessment and we see that it shouldn't be more than 8 billion, and then if we say it is 8 billion, and I think we deserve some praises to say we have done by cutting costs.
Right. But because it's clearly not a case of cutting down, it's a case of outright removal that is generating controversy here. But let's get some other perspective, Senator, now. Yeah, Mr. G.T. Ogunye joins me in the studio, a lawyer and a policy analyst. Many thanks for coming in the studio. From all of these controversies being generated by these issues back and forth, the Senate said that, look, it was a bad document that was presented to them, and now they've dusted it and made it look good, and now the executive is turning to them as if this backlash and this kind of back and forth between the executive and legislature, what do you think this is all panning out to look like?
The budgetary process this year has been very untidy. and needlessly controversial. Now it's almost assuming the character of a conundrum. And I think that an average Nigerian is asking the question, very important question, what's wrong with this budget? This first budget by this APC government. An APC that is controlling both the executive arm of government and the legislative branch of government. So why is it so difficult for this budget to be passed? And are we going to have a time when we're going to be done with this needless controversy? So I don't think that Nigerians find this funny at all. Just when Nigerians want to heave a sigh of relief that eventually the budget is passed and it's going to be assented to by the president, we still have this kind of accusations and counter-accusations. Now, let me say generally that the executive branch of government and the legislative branch of government are important arms of government, and the two should work together. Nobody in the legislature, and even if anybody says that, of course, that will run against the grains of constitutional logic, can say that the legislature have the power to initiate appropriation.
But they have the power to cut down.
Just to initiate appropriation.
They cannot bring...
Appropriation is initiated exclusively
by the executive.
By the executive branch. It is not an ordinary bill, it's a money bill. It has to be initiated by them. And before initiating this bill, it is assumed that they've done their homework, they have their estimates and all that, and they present this to the National Assembly. The National Assembly, in the course of consideration, cannot implant or bring new projects into the bill as if they are initiating. That would then mean that they are both initiating and approving.
But can they,
that will not be right.
Can they remove?
That will not be constitutionally permissible.
Can they remove?
Now, the question of removal has been debated, ad nauseum, indefinitely since 1999, when we had problems of budget enhancement in the past, leading to the Wabara fall and some Amphibia Osuji's arraignment in court and all that. But my take is that exercising the power of approval and within the context of paucity of resources, the National Assembly can say, look, we've looked at all this, discussing with the executive, we don't have the money to fund this. They can't remove because, they can't just say, we want to remove because it's not our priority.
They're even saying that it did not come into it, but the executive is saying it was there.
There is no problem about this. Look, Section 81 of the Constitution is very elaborate and very extensive. You can bring supplementary budget every time. That shouldn't be a problem. So if the question is, oh, it wasn't there, okay, Mr. President, we'll send it there. I'm sending it there as a supplement. Quick time, do this, okay, so that I can send to it together. And the president has 30 days to do so.
All right.
So that will not be a problem.
Mr. Ogre, just for a moment, let's get an economist perspective into this. The senator has been speaking with us. A lawyer has also been speaking with us. Mr. Femi Daguro joins us now. Many thanks for coming on the program. A lot of Nigerians have been expecting that this budget will be passed and probably Nigerians will heave a sigh of relief on the economic woes that the country has faced in recent weeks. But with what we have seen so far, what do you think that this will, in the implication of this for the Nigerian economy?
Yeah, basically, you have to look at the whole scenario into three dimensions. The first one is the political, the second one is the economic side of it, and you have to look at the international scenario as well. The political aspect is if we hear somebody like Senator Sani saying what he has said, and Ashafa coming to say, listen, this thing is this amount of money, this project is not inclusive in what we have. Like the gentleman said, this shouldn't give us headache. What we need to do is to pass this supplementary budget back to them, and they should. Politically, people are getting agitated. People are feeling, are these people really feeling what the pain we are going through? And that is it. The other day, President said, I'm feeling your pain. And people are saying that, look, if you are feeling our pain, reduce the pain. So the whole scenario of padding the budget before it was sent in, and now it was sent back to the executive. Now we are thinking of one project has been removed or the other. I think this is not good for the political scene of this country. And now economically, I don't know how you are going to measure the benchmark of the performance of the budget. If 4 months into the year, and it's an annual budget, and we've not passed this budget, and then a lot of things are tied down to it. People are looking forward to this. We want job creations. We want a lot of investment to come into this country. And we are moving around to other countries and say, listen, we are good. And then the president is somewhere now in China and trying to sell this country. I mean, internationally, people will be looking at us. Do they really know what they are doing? Are we particular about the country or the individual selfish interest? If it's a selfish interest, then something has to be done. And the people of this country, I tell you what, I go to the market, I move with the people. You see, most of the things we are saying, apparently, the people are not hearing it. Right now, the generator is running, and nobody will have access to hear what we're saying. It's only the elitists. So the mainstream of the community, of the society, they are just wanting to see this budget is being passed. That's one. They are happy about that. What will be the effect of the budget on the economy? Okay, government is going to release money. We are going to build roads. Construction is going to take place. A lot of jobs will be created. All these are what the people are expecting. The blame game is not going to help the economy. The blame game is not going to help the people. The blame game is not
just a moment, Mr. Dagoro. We need to take a moment. And when we return, this has some political implication, of course. And when we return, the ripples of the budget controversy appears to be tearing the ruling APC apart. More on that when we return. Stay with us.